When I got brought into this space 12 years ago, there was no such thing as Road Safety Week or National Road Safety Week. And at the time, we were losing more than 1,200 people. In fact, on average, we are still losing more than 1,200 people on our roads and highways every single year. And we have more than 40,000 people seriously injured. This is a true pandemic. But you realise that we can actually make a difference in this space. We've got to make road safety the priority for every Australian and for every government. So Road Safety Week has been great because it's actually brought a focus to this incredibly important issue. And we now have every government around the nation involved, corporates, unions, schools, all the way through universities, taking a focus to say that together we can make a difference and we can get everyone home safe to their loved ones every day, no exceptions. I got brought into space because my beautiful daughter Sarah Fraser was killed by a distracted truck driver. And the issues around heavy vehicles are such that we know what we can do to make a difference. And of course, when we look at things like the retroreflectivity and being able to see trucks at night, that's an obvious one that we can talk about as we come into National Road Safety Week this year. Conspicuity markings are a basic safety element that we need to introduce, not just on our heavy vehicles, but I believe across the complete fleet. Being able to see what's on the road ahead is a fundamental issue for road safety. I'm really happy that we've now, for those vehicles 2.5 metres and more, have to have conspicuity markings. But it shouldn't just stop there. We recognise that this is a basic road safety issue. When you consider that this is pretty standard across the EU, and that's where we primarily adopt our standards from, we should be actually setting a timetable to introduce conspicuity markings on the rear of these vehicles, on every vehicle, and let's say over the next 5 years. We've got less developed countries which have already mandated this, so Australia needs to play catch up, and that's really important because at the end of the day, we've got to ensure that everyone is safe on the road. So as I said, that whole issue of being able to see what's on the road ahead is fundamental to road safety. So we do need to introduce this. Well, because we know that this is a low-cost, high-safety solution, my position is that we have to talk about how we implement. And that implementation needs to start by having a discussion between the Commonwealth and states and territories, with industry itself, and saying how do we move forward on this. As I say, if we were dealing with major costs associated with the implementation, that'd be one issue, but we're not. And you know, I think the advocacy that in this case has been shown by industry to say that this is important, we need to partner basically and say, how do we set a timetable for the introduction of the conspicuity markings on all heavy vehicles, everything over the 4.5 GVM. We need to say that every one of those vehicles needs to have the conspicuity markings. And I got a feeling that we'd find that industry itself would be in favour because they don't want people involved in a crash with their vehicles as well.
HVIA represents the manufacturers, distributors and component suppliers of the Australian truck and trailer industry. Our vision is for an innovative, prosperous, heavy vehicle industry supporting the safest, most productive fleet. Improvements in our heavy vehicles are a major part of increasing safety on Australia's roads. We are extremely passionate about vehicle design and innovations that improve safety and mitigate risk to the greatest extent possible. Truckies play a vital role in the Australian economy and our day-to-day lives, ensuring we can access the food, medicines and other essential goods we need. It's imperative that while doing their job, truckies and other road users are all kept as safe as possible. We all know the benefits of technology like seatbelts, crash protection and anti-lock braking systems. Many of the newer technologies that HVIA members are employing, such as lane departure warnings, are designed to reduce the incidence of driver error. Conspicuity marking is a simple yet incredibly effective way of helping make our trucks and trailers safer. By using retroreflective tape in Australia, we can take advantage of a low-cost yet high-reward solution that increases the safety of our drivers and ultimately our whole community.
And all we need to do is to change in the ADRs to go from optional to mandatory. This is a basic road safety measure to get everyone home safe to their loved ones every day, no exceptions.